Hey everybody, I'm Zoe. I am the Senior Teens for Life Health Educator with our Community Education program here at CSS. And today I'm going to answer one of the questions that was asked about our program, Teens for Life. And that question is, how has engaging with students shifted during the pandemic? So it has shifted a lot and it's shifted many times. Much like the pandemic itself, our curriculum and our offering has continued to change and evolve over time. So, initially, what that meant when we were reimagining what suicide prevention education was going to look like online and how we were going to create those virtual spaces where students felt safe engaging with this content. Our first offering was a set of YouTube videos that you can still find today. They're brief, they're easily digestible videos on key components of our curriculum that students really could access and engage with in their own time when it felt okay to do so. And then later, when we were formally invited back to the virtual classroom setting, we came prepared with a brand spanking new virtual distance learner curriculum. And that curriculum allowed students to really participate and engage in many different ways because every classroom that we go to is really different. So if students had their cameras on and felt comfortable speaking, they could unmute or they could utilize hand signals to engage and interact and participate. But they could also always use the chat feature, which was a kind of unexpectedly awesome tool that we as educators utilized up until this point, really during the pandemic, where students could participate by typing, or they could send private messages to us as educators if they felt more comfortable participating anonymously. So our virtual curriculum, it got us through a really large chunk of time during the pandemic, and it did a great job at it. But we are yet again on to the next chapter of Teens for Life with our hybrid model curriculum. So in the hybrid model, students and teachers, they are back in the physical classroom. Us as presenters, we are remaining virtual for the time being. So our curriculum and our faces are projected on a screen at the front of the classroom. We can still see and engage with students. But one thing that we did add to our hybrid model that's different from our virtual that I think is so cool that folks should know about is we created a conversation that we recorded between two friends. And so these friends, they were actually voiced by some of our amazing crisis counselors who work right here in the agency, David and Shellen. They play the parts of these teenagers. One is the friend and one is the helper. And so students are able to engage with this three-part conversation and really imagine themselves as the helper to practice recognizing warning signs for both depression and suicide and what that might sound like or what that might seem like in real life, for example. And we've gotten so much great feedback specifically on this conversation, this three-part video series between two friends. We've gotten great feedback overall for our curriculum from students, from teachers, from counselors also. And so that's just so validating and awesome to hear. And of course, all of the credit for that goes to my amazing teammates who worked on the Teens for Life curriculum, who have continued to work on it and tweak it and change it and let it grow and evolve over time. And those people are people like Sarah and Jen and Matt and Gwen. So we really just have to give kudos for the people who are doing the work. And they are also just such incredible presenters in their own right. And it's so awesome to grow our program and develop new things alongside them.